The crypto community scored a big win yesterday with the SEC versus LBRY hearing. Now, there is some definite hopium and FUD out there regarding this case, so don't worry, we're going to get to the details that matter to you. In Celsius, oh my gosh, failure to disclose how risky their business was. Operating as a Ponzi scheme, these bankruptcy hearings are getting nasty. And guess what we got right now? Earnings season. That's right. We've got the tech sector out there with earnings along with JP and the Fed. That's why you're seeing some softness in the market, but will it last? SEC settles on security claim and LBRY case. Community calls it a big win for crypto. We're going to get to it, everyone, but boy, have I seen some hopium and some straight out falsities in there with the reporting of the story. Start off with the heat map. Bitcoin sitting at 22,932, ETH 1577. I'd like both to be at 23 and 1600 right before Jerome Powell and the Fed make the announcement. XRP highlight of the show sitting at 40.2 cents. That's where we need it to be. And XLM sitting at 9.01 cents, down 1% last 24 hours. Cryptocurrencies turned downward, worried about corporate earnings and the Fed. Analysts point to two possible causes for the sharp change in price of digital assets. On one hand, the mediocre results on Wall Street, particularly the tech sector, that are upcoming on Thursday. That's right, everyone. I did a video on the big dates that affect crypto this month, and I listed earnings season in there. Thursday the 2nd, we'll have three big companies out there reporting earnings that could definitely have a move on the market. The three reporting that can affect the market are Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet. While a number of the S&P 500 companies reporting positive earnings surprised increased over the past week, the magnitude of these earnings surprises decreased during that time. Both metrics are still below their 5 and 10-year average. So yes, we seem to be coming up from that bottom, but it's not all rose-colored glasses just yet, everyone. We've got earnings season out there, and a lot of these companies are going to have very soft earnings, especially in the tech sector. Celsius failed to report $800 million in losses as the CFO flagged possibly illegal behavior. Come on now, we know what they did between Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX, and Alameda with Caroline Ellison. We know that was illegal, but listen to this. The report also detailed staff fears about whether they were complying with the law, including comments from Harumi Arata-Thompson, who served as a chief financial officer from February 2020 to November 2021, that we are doing something possibly illegal. Celsius's marketing told customers that they made low risk and fully collateralized investments to secure the yields it offered according to Play. Yet, when the lender filed for Chapter Bankruptcy 11 protection in July, they reported a $1.2 billion hole in its balance sheet. So obviously they weren't fully collateralized. They definitely lied about the risk that they took in order to make those things. Because remember, Mashinsky's out there publicly going, hey, look, unbank yourself. Celsius is safer than a bank. We don't take all the risks that the bank do, blah, blah, blah. That's how we could give you all these yields. Well, those all proved to be lies. As we peel back the layers of the onion, we could see that these exchanges out there are all a mess and are all in deep financial trouble, some worse than others. Now let's put all the hopium to rest and all the FUD out there that I've been hearing about this. Let's put it all to sleep and get into the deets that matter. I even saw posts out there all over Twitter, verified blue checkmark action, with people saying, guess what? Because of this now, the SEC will want to settle with Ripple Labs. No! Oh my God, no. Stop with the hopium and let's be real. Now granted, this is good for crypto. I'm going to explain how, but it's not as good as people think. XRP lawyer scores crucial victory for Ripple and crypto. In yesterday's appeal hearing, the SEC sought an affirmation from the New Hampshire District Court judge, issuing a broad vague injunction against the sale of the LBRY token, in which the token itself becomes a security, bringing secondary market sales under the SEC's jurisdiction. Essentially what they said was this: look, it was listed as a security, so the SEC said, all right, cool, everything of it's a security. Primary as well as secondary sales. And we're the secondary market, right? When we buy and sell our favorites on exchanges, DEXs, stuff like that, okay? So what the SEC was like, all right, cool. Court said this is security. We're going after all of crypto. Secondary sales, what we do here, yep, that's going to be a security. Well, the court stepped in and said, girlfriend, that's not the case. The initial offerings, yes. But what people do on the secondary market, that's not a security. That's the big win here, right? That tells us out there that the secondary market, that's what we all participate in, is going to be outside of the realm from the SEC when it comes to crypto. Now, granted, the reason this is important is because we don't have clarity from regulators and governments out there. So we have to rely upon court law, okay? The court law here is very specific. Primary sales, yeah, SEC, you've got that. We're going to give you that. But secondary sales, what we do here, no, SEC, you cannot touch that. So that protects us going back and forth, but that in no way helps Ripple Labs settle with the SEC. Now, people out there are going to be like, well, wait a minute, Klaus, wouldn't that mean then the SEC has less teeth, right? Less bite? Well, yeah, against people like you and me as secondary sales, as the judge here in New Hampshire said, that's not going to work. But the primary action, the initial coin offerings, that kind of stuff, the SEC is definitely still in charge, and they've been winning their cases left and right. All right, let's go to this. John Deaton from Crypto Law has got a video regarding this right here. I will have this linked in the description below. It's almost a half an hour long. Worth the watch, but it goes into explaining the difference between the primary, secondary sales, and how this really helps out the XRP holders. That's me and you out there. You're welcome to watch this. Why? Because as always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. But I'm going to show you with definitive proof how this was big for LBRY, but this had really no impact for Ripple Labs itself. All right, price action. Can you tell me on this chart when that announcement was made? Yep, it was made right here. It's pretty freaking obvious, isn't it, everyone? Now, granted, you could see, right, buy the rumor, sell the news. You could see now it's pretty much sold off, getting back to where it was before, all right? So, again, it's not really juicy action. Juicy initial hit action, right, on the optimism of the case, but we saw selling off since then. Now, let's go to the chart of XRP. Same time period is circled right here. No price movement. That's right, everyone. People in the know are like, okay, cool. This applies to secondary. This does not apply with the primary. And that's the big concern here is Ripple Labs XRP, right? Primary action still has a target on its back from the SEC. LBRY still lost their case, all right? But secondary sales aren't affected, all right? LBRY is not responsible for any secondary sales. So again, good news for the crypto market as we get secondary sales, gets the, guess what, SEC, you can't touch us. But primary, well, that is still up to be taxed by the SEC and Gary Gensler. So we've got earnings season February 2nd with some big tech companies coming out there, along with Jerome Powell and the Fed doing their rate hike announcement. So the 1st and 2nd are going to be some rough days. But we did get some good news with the LBRY case is secondary sales, yes, what you and I participate in, is not found under the umbrella of the SEC. No, this does not mean you're going to hear anything about settlement anytime soon. The SEC still has Kate Blanchett to go after Ripple Labs for primary sales. Again, same thing with LBRY. LBRY lost it. It was, again, specified by the judge. Primary sales, they lost. Primary. Secondary sales, what we're in, well, that's not under SEC umbrella. That's the win for you. So don't follow the FUD and don't follow the hopium pumpers out there that are going to try to get views out of you saying, hey, we're going to settle now that they won the case with LBRY. They didn't win anything. It was the secondary holders that got the blessing on that one, not LBRY. They're still screwed with the penalties and they're still screwed with the court costs and so forth. So come on, the SEC still won that case. But we got a lot of big things happening in crypto that I want to keep you informed of. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Hit the like button if you thought this content was valuable and worth your time. I'm going to get a really good, intense workout this morning. Beat the fog that I'm looking at outside. So until more news breaks, you cool cats, have a great rest of your day.